Warning: this creepypasta is made entirely from imagination and not based on any true stories. It even contains themes that are not suitable for minors, such as murder, strong language, disturbing images, references to horror-themed scenes from films, shows, and games, and graphic violence. If either you are too young to watch this, sensitive, or easily anxious, please click away from this video and watch something else. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember that Toy Story / McDonald's short I've told you about? Well, there's an Australian version of it. If you don't understand the difference between the American and Australian lines of Toy Story 2 Happy Meal toys, the American set has most of the entire cast, while the Australian set has only 4, the toys being Woody, Buzz, Ham, and Bullseye. So there, this sums it all up. That day started when I was having lunch Thursday afternoon at Burger Urge. My order was a double cheeseburger, chicken tenders, and a cookies and cream milkshake. I was enjoying my meal already. As I got out of the restaurant, I noticed a box that was placed behind the door. As I picked it up, I happened to notice the Australian flag, McDonald's logo, and Pixar ball stamped on. I cracked a smirk on my face. I felt interested in seeing what was in it. As I got home, I grabbed a pair of scissors to open up the box. Once I grabbed out the mysterious item, it was another Toy Story / McDonald's DVD. It featured Woody, Buzz, Ham, and Bullseye in front of a McDonald's sign. Well, second time's a charm, I remarked sarcastically. I inserted the disc into my Xbox One to give it better screen resolution. It just cut to the DVD menu where Woody, Buzz, Ham, and Bullseye were in a red background. The following menu buttons were play and visit mcdonalds.com.au. I hesitated for a bit before I had no other choice but press play. It began with a view of the Sydney McDonald's restaurant at night. It just showed the restaurant, no people in sight, no music, just wind blowing and crickets chirping and frogs croaking. 10 seconds later, Woody, Buzz, Ham, and Bullseye walked in out of nowhere. Okay guys, Jessie has been taken by a mysterious doll. Since Andy is currently at an Australian zoo for vacation, we're going inside this peculiar restaurant we have never seen. This time, Jessie was the captive instead of Rex, Ham, Mr. Potato Head, and Slinky. How will we get in, Woody? Buzz asked. We should make a toy ladder and climb through the drive-thru window, Ham mentioned. Ham, you are a genius, Woody said, smiling. The 4 toys walked up to the drive-thru and made a ladder. Woody climbed onto Buzz's shoulders, who climbed onto Ham's body, who climbed onto Bullseye's saddle. Woody opened up the window that was unlocked somehow before he grabbed Buzz's hand, who held Ham and Bullseye. Sorry, I stuttered there for a bit. The 4 toys then got out through the window and dropped down into the kitchen. Jessie, Woody whispered. Jessie, where are you? Buzz whispered also. Cowgirl? Ham whispered last. Bullseye walked close to Woody, looking afraid. After searching around the kitchen, the 4 toys heard the clown doll's laugh echoing. The toys, except Buzz, who prepared for self-defense, got scared. What is that? Woody asked, stuttering. Bullseye whimpered in fear as his ears drooped. Buzz turned on his laser to shine around the place. There was no clue where that laugh came from. Who did that laugh? Buzz asked. Did a child enter this restaurant at night? Woody asked. Ham and Bullseye exchanged afraid glances, worrying for Jessie. Buzz continued shining his laser around before noticing Jessie tied up near a milkshake machine. Guys, thank goodness you found me. Jessie, thank goodness you're okay, sighed Woody. How did you find me? She asked. We looked through a telescope and found that a random doll took you to this restaurant, Ham replied. Come on, ma'am. Let's get you out of here and let's go home, Buzz reassured Jessie, untying her from the wall. Woody whispered, Let's climb on each of our shoulders, and that way we will make a breakout for... Before Woody finished his sentence, the doll from the original short appeared in front of the 5 toys. Hello, Pee-wees, chuckled the doll. Woody, Buzz, Ham, and Jessie walked up to the doll to confront her. So, you are the one who kidnapped Jessie, right? Woody berated angrily. What do you want her for, huh? Ham asked, joining in the conversation. The doll chuckled. Well, I wanted to make food out of her to serve the humans, so I snuck into a young child's car and placed an object that looked like her into his backpack. So this explains it all, hopefully. That is no excuse, Buzz argued. Buzz ran up to the doll and punched her in the face, causing her to fall to the ground. As he went to deliver another blow to the face, the doll kicked him away, causing him to skid on the floor. What was that for, space cowboy? The doll asked angrily. We will not let you hurt our friends, Buzz responded. Oh yeah? Let's settle this, the doll asked, grinning sinisterly. The doll then kicked a shelf, causing a cardboard box to fall onto Jessie. Once she got under the box, Jessie began to hyperventilate and pounded on the box. Woody! Buzz! Ham! Bullseye! Save me! She screamed. You want to see a magic trick? The doll asked. Leave her alone, you monster! Ham angrily shouted. The doll then grabbed a bowl of deep-frying oil and poured it onto the box, before it absorbed inside of the box. Jessie began to feel the oily substance go through her body, and it started to melt her plastic and clothing. She let out an anguished and powerful, blood-curdling scream as she melted to death. Woody, Buzz, and Ham gasped. Bullseye's eyes and mouth widened. Oh my god, Buzz croaked. No! Woody exclaimed. The doll kicked the box aside, revealing Jessie's lifeless body. Her plastic had melted off, and her fabric was burned off. Buzz grimaced, clenching his fist, before he shouted, You monster! Ham ran towards the doll to perform kung fu on her and knocked her down. You ever heard of kung fu? We'll get ready for pork chop! The doll then kicked Ham off, slightly cracking him. Oh, you know what the big bad wolf should have done to you ago, piggy? She asked. Don't give me those stupid story jokes, Ham snarked. The doll then walked up to Ham and grabbed a hammer nearby. Steal your money! This hammer will huff and puff and blow your money away! The doll laughed before she smashed him to pieces, exposing many coins. Ham! Woody and Buzz screamed in unison. Bullseye noticed this, and he was infuriated. He galloped up towards the doll to avenge Ham. Moments later, as Bullseye got a few inches closer to her, the doll splashed deep-frying oil on him, causing him to melt. Bullseye neighed loudly as he got soaked in the burning oil. Bullseye! Woody yelled. Come and get me on top, the doll said. She spun around, causing her to levitate in the air and landed safely onto the sink. Buzz spotted some utensils that can help him climb up top. He performed some parkour skills by swinging around before landing on the sink. The doll smiled evilly at Buzz. Just me and you, space boy, she said. Buzz glared, preparing to fight her. The doll charged towards Buzz, but he evaded her quickly before side-rolling away. He continued dodging her attacks before he put her in a chokehold. The doll then threw him off her, causing him to fly out of an open window. Buzz let out the Wilhelm scream as he fell, before hitting the ground very hard. He got back up on his feet, in an attempt to climb back up. Seconds later, the doll peered out of the window. You know what your weakness is, spaceman? The doll asked mockingly. A space ranger has no weakness, Buzz retorted. The doll then pulled out a bucket of deep-frying oil and poured it out on Buzz. Buzz attempted to shield himself, but the oil began pouring on him, causing him to short-circuit and spark. He then exploded into pieces after a while. Woody heard the explosion, which startled him. What was that, Buzz? Woody asked and exclaimed. The doll then jumped off the sink and held a butter knife with a sinister smirk. You're saved for last, cowboy, said the doll, before chuckling. She then poked the knife at the seam of Woody's right arm, causing it to rip. Woody gasped at the sight of his arm. No, not again! Oh, did you lose your arm before? The doll asked. Woody used his left arm in an attempt to attack her, but his punch didn't do much damage to the doll. Oh, your kind of violence doesn't do anything to me, floppy boy, the doll mocked. She kicked Woody to the ground and chopped both his legs off. Woody screamed in shock at the sight of his legless body. He flinched as the doll closed on him, laughing evilly. She grabbed him by his only working arm and grabbed him out of the kitchen and outside. Want to go to space, space cowboy? The doll asked. Woody gasped, seeing a firework rocket placed near the road. No, anything but that! The doll then taped Woody tight to the rocket and grabbed out a match. She scraped the match on the sole of her clown shoe and lit it to the fuse. Auf Wiedersehen, cowboy, she bitted. The firework then soared up straight into the sky, and the doll watched it fly. Woody let out the howie/gut-wrenching scream as he was flying towards the sky. Once he reached the clouds, he suddenly exploded, with many of his pieces flying off. It cut back to the doll, looking in the sky and witnessing the explosion. Beautiful. It was beautiful, she said to herself. My work is done. The doll walked off, chuckling evilly. It cut to the credits. In the background, a music box version of When She Loved Me played, as it showed many images of what happened to the toys after their fates, such as Jesse's fried body, such as, um, yeah, ham broken up to pieces, Bullseye's burnt body, Buzz's broken head lying near the road, and Woody's head sat next to a dustbin. A caption then appeared on screen saying, animated by Adam Kennington in 2000. Not only did Kennington animate an American TS2 commercial, but he animated one for Australia too. I grabbed the disc out of my Xbox One and placed it back in the case. I emailed Pixar later on about the DVD. They even told me that, well, apparently, Kennington had learned from his mistakes and he was bailed out early. My mind was blown when I heard that Kennington became a better person. I slept with my Woody and Buzz plush that night to assure myself at night. Well, seems like Kennington has taken a level in kindness now. Maybe more of those animators I've heard of will become better people soon. But nonetheless, I guess that Australia's commercial short was worse than the American short.